What is the value of p in the equation 2 times the quantity of 3p minus 4 equals 10? So when we're asking for the value of p in the equation, you're asking what value will make that equation true, and that's a solution. We're asking to solve for p. Now when you ask to solve for p, that means we want to get p completely isolated or alone on one side of the equal sign. In this equation, our variable p is inside a set of parentheses. It's multiplied by 3, it's subtracted by 4, but that whole quantity is multiplied by 2. There's actually two different methods or ways to solve this equation. The first being the fact that you have parentheses with something on the outside, a factor, we can distribute. We can use the distributive property to rewrite the left side of the equation. So if we do that, it'll be 2 times 3p is 6p, and 2 times negative 4 is negative 8, and that equals 10. So you can see the parentheses have now disappeared, and we can use our inverse operations to isolate p. If it's being multiplied by 6 and subtracted by 8, first we'll undo that subtracting 8 by adding 8 on both sides. That will leave us with 6p equals 18. And then dividing both sides by 6 to undo that multiplying by 6, that will leave us with p equals 3. So that is using the distributive property, but some students might see that if it's 2 times 3p minus 4, that's a product, that's multiplication. And the inverse of multiplication is division. So instead of distributing, we could have divided both sides by that factor or number on the outside. We could have divided both sides by 2. That would have left us with 3p minus 4 equals 5. And then we can use our inverse operations to solve, where we have p times 3 minus 4. So we'll undo that minus 4 by adding 4 on both sides, which gives us 3p equals 9. And then if it's times 3 to isolate it completely, our last step would be to divide both sides by 3, which gives us p equals 3, which is what we got before. So whether you use the distributive property as your first step or dividing as your first step, we get a value of p of 3. That's our solution, making our answer choice C.